I've only got 3 things to say.
God bless America. God bless our troops. And let's start this podcast.
Let's go.
Wow.
I mean, we're fired up because,
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Atlanta just fired up the engines as we're recording.
Atlanta's just firing up the engines. And obviously,
It's
it is
the
the day of the Martin's Potato Rolls 47 Hayek Motorsports race car.
Ricky Stenhouse. Starting 34th, though.
We'll cause a couple accidents. It's fine.
Yeah, you know, it's basically a mini Daytona.
It's not where he starts, where he finishes.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the new Atlanta. Like I said, it's like a mini Daytona. I miss the old Atlanta. Like, I don't mind if they repaved it, but then they're like, all right, now we're just going to make them restrictor plates. It's like, okay, you just ruined that.
Yeah.
But
it happens.
Yeah. The funny thing was, like, everybody for Daytona, like, when I started seeing the Martin's Potato Rolls and everyone's like, oh my gosh, everybody, like, was thinking it was for the Daytona 500. And then I read it and I'm like, oh, right here at the end, starting next week at Atlanta.
Yep. Yep.
It's like, gotcha.
Yep. But, well, anyways, thank you for listening. Thanks for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thanks for doing all the things you do. We do appreciate you listening, watching on YouTube, wherever you're getting your stuff. Make sure you go in the comments, go comment on a post, a reel, in the comments on YouTube, wherever you're at. Just, we want to hear from you. We want to talk to you. We want to, get some feedback, and I would greatly appreciate you listening. Ladies, we've been like 2 minutes in the episode, and you haven't said a single thing, so I'm looking a little concerned
You haven't
now.
talked about anything I'm interested in, so why would I contribute?
What did you think of the new theme song? This is the first you've heard it.
Oh, yeah. Unless you listened to our...
Well, I had a little bit of a pre-knowledge.
Yep.
That was, but I think it sounds great. So it's a little bit different than the old one, but I think like in a twangy way, which I like.
Yeah.
So.
It's almost like a reboot, kind of.
Yeah.
Different. That's what I thought.
Like a Brooks and Dunn reboot. We're doing a Dirt Cheap podcast reboot.
1 year in, and we're firing it up hot.
Yeah.
Vanessa said it sounds like the Duck Dynasty ZZ Top song.
Man,
Striped Dress Man.
I haven't. Yeah, but I haven't listened to that in forever.
Like
so
the end of it, not really the beginning.
The end of it. I don't know. It kind of sounds like the scene transitions.
Yeah.
In the
That's what I meant.
Speaking of, did we talk about this?
What?
How they're doing a reboot?
Yeah.
I don't know
we
if
did not talk about it.
Like actually talk about it.
Not that I know much about what's going on, but
I don't either.
Yeah, they're coming back on.
Yeah. So I read a little bit of it, and it's like they're not gonna have like every single person like they did last time, like last reboot. Like it was kind of like the main guys like Jace, Cy, like Martin, Godwin, and Willie, like all those guys working. I think it's more gonna be like based on Willie's family and like how like the legacy like will be carried on through like the next generation.
Dang. Huh.
Because they are definitely getting up there.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
like,
especially for Cy to be on there, like him and Philly both having like health problems left and right.
Yeah, they said like Cy will be on there for a couple episodes. They didn't really say anything about Phil. I mean, I don't know how well he's doing. He has some type of illness.
I thought it was Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's, yeah.
I thought so.
That can really progress.
Disease, yeah. Dang.
A lot. So,
but
I don't know how much he'll be on. But
do we know where it's going to be on?
They still said A&E, but then they're like, it's more to come if it's going to be on like Netflix or Hulu or something like that. But right now I'm like rewatching the first one, like the Duck Dynasty, and I'm watching it on Hulu. So I don't know if it'll be.
Oh, good to know.
I don't know how they'll be doing that, but
are all the episodes on there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know that sometimes they only put like the first couple seasons or like just like 3 seasons.
There's 9 seasons on there. Is that how many?
I think that's how many. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But even if they're not, like my parents have like the DVDs and stuff, so I can just
there you go
take it from them. But yeah, as far as I know, they have all of them on there, and I've been watching them in order. So
I was telling Vanessa that back in like I don't know, I guess this was out in like middle school, high school years, and for some reason, this was back when like iTunes was a thing. You bought your songs for $1.29. You could buy like TV episodes as well. This wasn't like there wasn't really any subscriptions, and for some reason, I don't know. I guess it was my favorite episode of the time. I bought the Samurai Sai episode to have it on my iPod Touch so I could watch it whenever.
Such a good one.
Yeah, and
I know, and it came on, and I was like, "That's Samurai Sai."
Yeah.
And that's just like, I was like, I bought that. It was on my iPod.
That's so
Yeah.
funny.
That was a good
Dang.
one. I mean, it had Sadie on it, so that might have been why you
I
saved
remember
it too.
all the boys when we were middle school. They were like,
Yeah.
Sadie
Shit.
Robertson, Sadie Robertson.
I mean, she was the crush back then. I mean,
She
let's be
was,
real.
It's
and because
true.
I mean, I guess
But it, like
we
that
were
was,
like the same age too, so it was really like,
Like that
oh.
was
Yeah.
the first time that like I feel like guys ever had, a girl like that, like
right.
that, and like
A role model.
and like Maddie Pruitt, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Like, cause y'all grew up in the Tim Tebow era. Let's be real. Like Tim Tebow,
yeah.
like that was
The girls had Tim Tebow.
That's right. Like, and guys had nothing. So that's what I'm saying. In theory, like Sadie Robinson or Maddie Pruitt, depending on when you were growing up, was kind of like that was the guys' versions of Tim Tebow for the ladies. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's how I do that.
Yeah. Well, Sadie's having a third baby now.
Well,
so
I'm not saying now. Jeez,
No, I'm saying
You're a little
like,
bit late there, Damon.
they're both married.
On a scale of
obviously.
1 to 10.
They're both married.
Yeah. What
No,
would-
I'm just saying like
What's your
that's
rating?
another like update.
They're married. Oh my gosh.
Oh, so there's an off limits section
Yes, of course.
too? Wow, okay.
I was just saying that's another update with that family.
If
Oh,
you
yeah.
see a ring, it can't be a thing. All right, that's my go-to. If you
Well-
see a ring, it can't be a thing.
Currently, I'm not wearing mine because of my cast and my gross
Oh, you
fingers.
should change
so
that.
Stay
You
away.
should change
I
that.
am changing it. I'm getting it off tomorrow, or supposedly.
Okay,
So
good.
As in
Then I'll
a week
wear it.
ago.
Well, that's not the full. Well, okay, what's it?
Sorry.
On my elbow.
That's not the full term then, right?
it was
'Cause-
4 weeks.
Yeah.
How's it? Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah, I know,
It's-
dude.
Yeah,
I
it's
broke
fine.
it on January 25th, and I'm getting it off the 24th.
Oh wow.
So
Time flies.
Yeah,
yeah,
it does.
yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah, because when this episode's out, it will be March 3rd.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
Oh, happy birthday, Mom! If you listen, you probably don't.
Is
but-
it her birthday
No,
that day?
the 5th. Same
The
day
5th,
as
same
yours.
Oh,
Same
Dad.
my
with your
dad's
dad.
birthday.
Same with
Same
my
with
brother.
Trent.
Trent.
Yeah.
Who else? Pastor Dave's one daughter.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's so many people that I know that have a
So
March 5th
many
birthday.
people.
It's like
One
you
of the
have-
girls in
you,
youth group.
You.
Yeah. Sue.
Mm.
Sue's birthday. Yeah, a lot of birthdays on March 5th. But yeah, happy birthday if your birthday's this week.
Yeah, if
because
you have
we
a
just
birthday
thought
on
about
March
it.
5th, happy birthday.
Yeah, put it in the DMs, 'cause there's a lot of you guys. Or if you know
United States
somebody.
does.
Or in March, just in general, because
Yeah.
there's a lot of March birthdays.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when even is your birthday if it's not on March 5th? Like, what the heck?
October.
Probably October 8th because that's when a lot of people's birthdays are. I know so many people's birthdays on October 8th. Okay. Next one.
Yeah.
I mean, yours is close to that. Right? Like the 4th or something?
Something like that. Yeah.
Weird.
-4 days.
Yeah. So, what's next? What else?
You know, I had something in my head and now it's gone.
Penn State
We were going to talk about
hockey.
more sports.
Oh, we were going to talk about Penn State hockey?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well-
we can. Well, we went to the.
They won the Natty.
Grant and I went to the Penn State hockey game.
Did we talk about that already though in the
I don't
last
think
episode?
so.
I can't
That
remember.
was-
If we did, whoops. We went there 2 weeks ago now. 3 weeks ago, actually, probably. I'm trying to think in my head.
2 weeks ago?
When this episode comes out, though, it'll be.
It'll be 3 weeks when this
Yeah.
episode comes out.
Yeah, I think I did because
I don't remember.
Landon was here and I said the basketball was poverty. I mean, basketball is abysmal.
It's-
But now basketball's won 2 straight, so I'm like, I don't know what we're doing. Like
Oh
now
my
we're trying to make a
gosh.
push. It's
well,
like
they lost 9, so you can't really say
Yeah.
they're coming back with only 2.
we're trying to make the Big Ten tourney.
Did you guys seriously play golf that day?
No.
Okay.
Did you think I was serious?
Well, I had no idea.
It was snowing. Like the
Okay.
car was literally
So
rolling
that's
down.
so that is literally why I sent the text. Is because we were just out 2 days before,
Yeah, and it was windy and cold.
and it was windy and cold. But it's coming down. I mean, by the inches. Like it's.
Yeah.
So I jokingly said, I was like, for a second, I was like, he's got to be joking. And I was thinking, well, I know they were going up there, and maybe it's not snowing up there. I don't know. Maybe they're just idiots that are just going to play. Because there's some people.
Nah.
They'll play in whatever.
There's some people I know that'll play in snow. Like it's snowing. I don't care. They'll play. It's
That's stupid. How do you even
It's-
find your ball?
Do you use a neon green ball?
yeah.
Still.
And,
No, like not when the course is covered, but like as snow is
Okay.
coming down, they'll be playing. But they will use the green or yellow ball depending on what.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah, no, I would never.
Like if it's snowing that much,
I
your
would never.
view can't even see where you're supposed to hit it.
I'm not in that camp. I don't do that.
Yeah,
but
that's just.
I
dumb.
was surprised though that we drove through Penn National on our way here after church. Nobody was out. I'm like, it's not even that bad of a day, honestly. Like it's 45, the sun's a little warm, there's no wind. I was like, there's nobody out. I found that a little bit surprising, honestly. Unless Penn National, I thought Penn National has winter rates, but maybe they don't. But it's nice out for once.
They're not for the people.
No, they're not, apparently.
I don't know. Speculation.
Yeah, sure. Thank blast it. There's just one story I have in my head, and I cannot remember.
Is it about work?
No, it's not. I don't. Maybe I'm just losing it. Maybe I'm just losing my mind right now.
That makes sense.
This is true. Oh my gosh, I just wanted to talk and I burped. We were going to talk about, I got my parents' Wii upstairs. I plugged it in, and then we were making each other in the Mii's. And apparently, these people didn't know that they were called Mii's.
I knew.
No,
I never said they were.
I did not know.
You didn't know that? Somebody else didn't know that?
Our audience member didn't know that. So.
They're called Mii's. But yeah, it was kind of funny. It was like a little time capsule when we opened it up. And hopefully by next time we can have a little Mario Kart racing or some golf on the Wii Resort.
With
before we
batteries.
Yeah, I'm gonna get new remotes. I think that's a worthwhile investment. Should I get colorful ones?
Colorful.
I found
or should I just get white?
Like my parents had a Wii and they had colorful remotes, and I found that the colorful remotes, like the batteries in those, didn't last as long as the black
weird.
ones.
Oh, you know what it probably is? It's probably the batteries also power the color in the remote. So it's like for it to stay blue, it takes battery power.
Yeah. That cup right there has to use battery power to stay red.
Yeah,
the same way.
Yeah, that's it.
That's so intelligent of you to say.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they were made like not by the Wii. Like they're Wii remotes, but they're not like the brand isn't Wii or something. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, they didn't last very long with us.
I've been looking, I haven't been looking, but I've thought about before like getting a Switch just because I'm like, that'd be kind of fun. But
Brooke
I'm like,
and Rook have one.
Yeah, they're so much fun. My friends in Florida had one, and we just played it like, and it's not like, I don't know, I'm not into video games, like I wouldn't waste time on it.
Right.
But it's also like if people over, like let's just play some games, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the modern day, entertainment thing.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. It makes sense.
It'll be okay.
Yeah.
Once we hear a loud thud, then that means he must have jumped.
Oh my god.
He's on the porch right now, which is right out there. So, yeah, I'm sure we won't hear anything.
No, we won't.
No, I remember
It'll be
now.
fine. It's fine. Well, you remembered?
Yeah, I remembered.
Okay.
So, yes, Saturday, I went to the Big Oak with my cousin, and got asked to be in his wedding. So there's that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all the
pretty
story
much
was.
We were talking about that this morning after church because we got another save the date, and I said about that, and I was like, yeah, I've only been in one wedding, and then I paused, and then I was like, yeah. She's like, your own, or somebody said your own, and I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, oh crap. I was like, I was in my sister's wedding.
Oh gosh, I know. I was like, wait, how could you forget that? That's like the biggest thing next to your own.
I was like, it's my sister.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, I'd rather forget being in that one than being in my own. I was like, if I forget being in my own, hit me upside the head.
I wouldn't count my own. I wouldn't count my own wedding as being in a wedding, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like personally, I would be like, oh, I've been in 2. If I was married, I'd be like, oh, I've been in 2 because I've been bridesmaids twice. But I wouldn't be like,
I think being in a wedding is strictly referring to the wedding party, not the actual bride and groom.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because like,
fair enough.
you kind of.
So you answer truthfully. Is what I'm trying to say. You said one.
You
Well,
said
yeah,
one. You've been
true.
in one. You just forgot which one.
Yeah, I did. I forgot which one.
But yeah, I wouldn't count your own as something you've been in because like you have to be invited to somebody else's. You have to be like asked to be in it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but for your own, you're just kind of like.
I mean, you have to be asked to be.
You do. Girls do. Boys have to ask.
No. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Whoa.
What are we talking about now?
I'm genuinely curious.
Boys
now.
have to propose.
Boys have to propose. So like,
Girls have to be asked to be
you
in a wedding.
technically do have to ask to be.
So
Okay.
every
So
guy.
you're-
is
So-
born with a wedding in his future, and he has to
It's not
ask
true.
everyone to
It's not
join.
true.
No, okay. Every guy who is going to get married is born with a wedding in his future.
Correct.
And then, blah, whatever.
Correct.
And then he
You
has
gotta
to
be
invite
politically
everybody
correct.
to it. But women just have to wait around to be invited to their wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is nothing to be politically correct.
I know.
That's biblically correct.
Everything with you, Damon, is biblically and politically correct. Whatever. Just let me say what
Not
I'm
really
say.
politically.
You knew what I meant.
Politically correct?
It's
I
political.
mean,
If it was
Everything's
politically
political.
correct,
The guy-
Politics.
The guy has to do it because if the girl does it, like that just makes no sense. Like, what would the guy wear? Nothing.
Dress.
What?
Like, why don't you just
Wait, what?
put on a
Like,
goose
what do you
costume?
mean?
You're gonna be
Hold on.
so
The guy asks the girl and gives the
Okay.
girl a ring.
Guy asks
If-
the girl.
Guy wears a ring.
Yeah.
If the girl asks the guy,
That's just wrong.
yeah.
okay,
It would
but
be me
what
being
if?
like, "Will you marry me?" and then put the ring on myself and be like, "Okay, I bought this for myself, but I asked him." Oh, that's so backwards.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
I'm going to say to that.
I'm not
gonna
saying
s-
that's right. I'm just saying like,
And I'm going to say this real chalantly, just laid
What
back
if?
in my chair or whatever, you know.
Okay.
And I'm going to look out to the camera. I'm going to look to the ladies. Ladies, if you have to propose,
Zoom in on
he's
his
not
face
the
at
one
this
for
point.
you. He's not the one for you. If you have to propose, if he can't lead, he's not the one for
Did
you.
you ever,
There we go.
Did you ever see that thing that's like, "Wait for your Boaz"?
yeah.
Do you ever wait?
Yo, can we? That's
I don't
probably
really want to
copyright,
read
isn't it?
that.
Probably
No,
is.
it's not copyright. That's for sure. It's out. I don't know if I want to be the one that reads it though.
I mean, I've got some lazy ass,
Don't settle for.
broke ass.
Yeah, that was
Cheating
so good when I read that.
We can put the picture on the screen
Drunk
so you guys can read
as.
it.
What's the other one? There's drunk as, lazy as,
Is that the meme right there?
Yeah.
cheating as, dumb as,
Wait for your Boaz.
lying as, locked up as, good for nothing as, lazy as. We already said that. Especially his third cousin beating yo ass.
Dang.
Wait on your Boaz and make sure he respects yo ass. That's what it says.
awful.
That's what it says.
Oh my god.
These Boaz memes are unreal.
But yeah,
That's great though.
some of
That's-
us need to take advice from the Book of Ruth. That's for sure.
Yeah, ladies, but please don't sleep at our feet. I think it's a little weird nowadays, but that's
But I mean, you give me some good advice from the Book of Ruth.
yeah, no, for sure. It's got a lot of great advice.
You don't know what I'm talking about, do you? Never mind. I'll tell you
Apparently-
afterward.
Apparently, I'm not.
No, I'll tell
following.
you afterward
Why afterward?
I'm trying to think.
because I don't want to say it on here. Hi,
Unbelievable.
everybody. Anyways,
I'm confused now.
Now
but
Damon's.
I was just kind of making a little joke. You don't have to,
little jokey joke. It's fine.
if you like us, tell us. You don't have to lay at our feet. I mean, that was kind of the joke, but that's, I guess, not
Okay,
what we
I
were
got
referring
that.
to.
No, that is what I was referring to.
Yeah, truth.
I'm
Good
so
job.
confused now. Okay.
I'll tell you after. Sorry, everybody out there.
On to the
That's
next.
not fair to you guys. What else? Yesterday was the famine, but nothing really funny happened.
Nobody got locked in a room or anything like that.
No.
30-hour
couldn't
famine.
eat.
30-hour famine. I made it. I'm realizing now how old I am, and how it just takes a toll. Like when I was younger, it was like, Bobby, let's do 60 hours next year. We can keep on going with this thing. Like we were like totally fine, But now I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got a migraine and I just want to nap and I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna go lay down. These kids are like running around and doing whatever, shooting hoops, and I'm like, how do you guys have this much energy? You haven't eaten in 25 hours. And then, I don't know. But yeah, you realize how old you are when you become a leader. So
What did you eat? Like when
nothing.
you could eat.
We had pizza, which was like the worst thing to like
Yeah, that's the worst thing that
stuff
you could
yourself
eat.
with.
Wait, after.
Afterward, you eat pizza.
Yeah, that's the worst thing.
What
Yeah, I
should
was
you
gonna
eat?
say, I don't know, something lighter, just something that gives you energy. Probably protein, carbs. I mean, carbs are fine. That's energy. So like, I don't know, pasta,
Yeah.
rice, veggies, good food. Not greasy pizza. That's for sure.
Pizza.
Anything but greasy pizza.
Did you eat pizza?
I did.
You did?
I had 3 slices. Less than last year. I know. I'm sitting here saying like, oh, it's the worst thing you can eat, but I was like, give me some of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fine. We made it.
Huh.
We could. The easy thing that was that we could drink anything. So like you can keep your sugar up with like sodas and milkshakes and whatever.
Ooh, milkshakes. That kind of fills you up too.
It does,
in
yeah.
a sense.
And I never felt truly like hungry. It was just kind of a.
I'm sure all those kids in Africa can just have a milkshake whenever they want.
Wow.
Yeah, Damon would be the youth pastor that's like, we're only drinking water, we're sleeping in boxes outside. Like, we're getting the full experience. Don't touch your phone. If you think about your phone, you're dead.
I mean,
Like-
I wouldn't even let them have a phone nearby. I mean, we'd be doing
I'm
real.
telling you, when I was younger, there was much stricter rules. Like we didn't ever sleep outside or only have water, but like we didn't have electronics. I mean, back then also in like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm thinking like 2013. Okay, there was phones. Everyone had a flip phone, so it's not like we were everyone's Snapchatting or whatever. You could give up Snapchat for 20 whatever, however many hours we're at the church.
30-hour famine.
No, okay,
30
sorry.
hours.
We're only at the church for 24 of the hours.
Oh, okay.
So
That's cool.
Like the rest of it is at home before you get there.
Gotcha.
So while you're there, the rules are a little bit stricter because we're all like you pack a bag.
You should be
for
holding
what you
each other
bring.
accountable, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, now kids are bringing like their Xboxes, they're bringing their whatever's game consoles. Where there's like a Wii room, there's kids doing Just Dance. Everyone's got their phone on them, and there's one point in the day where everyone's just laying around scrolling, and it just really felt not as meaningful as it used to. I mean, sure, you're still hungry. You're still, doing the devotions and talking and getting the good conversations. And we do the service projects, which is neat. Which for ours, we went and we went to the cross homes and we made them lunch.
Yeah.
So we're making grilled cheese, and it's hard because you can't eat it. You can't even lick your fingers, and you're just like serving these people.
Yeah.
It really gives you a sense of like just hunger as much as you can, but I think it's just a little too like laxed for what the gravity of the situation is.
Yeah, I mean,
But I still had a good time.
I think it is personally.
Yeah.
I mean, being real, but also being funny at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, 70 people did just get beheaded in the Congo for their faith.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, let's bring an Xbox to the 30-hour famine, right? Like,
right.
Yeah, it kind of defeats the purpose.
To be serious, but to also like kind of make it a little bit of a laughing matter too, just to kind of have a little humor in the situation, right? So
Yeah. These
I
kids
mean-
are complaining too.
yeah, so like it's that nice little, it's that first world, first, as I call it, kind of the first world faith
Yeah.
compared to a developing country or something like that where persecution is a real thing,
Yeah.
right? And I think that's. I think that like you can have like I know I was being probably a little bit too sleeping outside in the boxes, all that
Sure.
stuff. I was probably a little bit
There's
whatever.
some churches that do it. There are.
But there's something you can learn from that, or there's something that when you put in a certain amount of criteria that, hey, we're going to do X, Y, and Z because this is actually how they live, and I want you to get a sense as to what their daily life is like over these 24 hours. I think that like this is just a one day thing for you. This is their 365 there,
Yeah.
right? So
Exactly.
I think there's a way that we can do all the things required, but also kids can walk away with that like, wow, how blessed am I to live in the greatest country in the world, first of all, but how blessed am I to live in a first world country just in general, right?
Exactly.
I think that's, yeah.
I will say some of the kids get it.
Yeah.
That like there's the ones, we have a devotion time at the beginning. We have one at midnight when you're really tired, and then we have one around 5, about 2 hours before it's over. And that's after we do our service projects. It's after, that's at the kind of like the peak time where you're like, we're almost done, but I'm so hungry. And these kids are like, how spoiled am I?
Yeah.
Like they're like talking about how just spoiled rotten they feel, and they're like, I have so much. And like even at the service projects where you're serving, like some of them went to like thrift stores and cleaned, or the
great.
food produce outreach where it's like people in our community are struggling with hunger
And yeah,
and
for sure.
need in general. And we are the top 1%, and we feel like I can't get the Wi-Fi to connect, and like that's our biggest struggle.
Yeah.
And so it does hit home for them, some of these kids. I do remember at the beginning, Bobby was like, I'm so glad you guys came out. And, this is kind of easy if you really put it in perspective. And he's like, but what if I said, he named a bunch of stuff. He's like, what if I said you can only have water? And the kids were like, whatever, water. And he's like, what if I told you had to, you couldn't have cots or you couldn't have whatever, we had to sleep outside? And they're like, oh gosh, okay. And then he said, what if I said you couldn't bring phones? And they were all like, what? Like that was an audible response. And I was like, these kids have no clue. But at the end, it did get through to them. So it was a really good weekend. And I always enjoy doing it.
What did you said earlier about kids complaining? What did you mean by kids complaining? Like just with electronics and all that, or what?
No, just like, your pains, like you're sleep deprived, you're hungry, you're sore from sleeping on the floor. This is the first year I brought a cot since I was like 12 when I started doing this, and it still wasn't the most comfortable thing, and I'm a little sideways now, but you just kind of take the, you just do it because it's just what you do. It's just the whole point of the experience. But no, like the kids are complaining, like, oh, I'm so hungry, like, oh, I can't wait. What if we just went? And then everyone starts talking about foods, and they're like, oh my gosh, stop talking about food, I'm so hungry. And I'm like, we're talking about it, but we know our next meal is coming in 5 hours. Our next meal is coming at 7:00 on Saturday. So these kids have no clue when their next meal is coming, and they're hungry like this with on end, like hours on end, days on end, weeks even, and it's just crazy, but definitely a humbling experience.
And this is probably getting a little bit off where we wanted to take it, but while you're on that, I just think it's a great thing that, even if it's, $5-10, right? If you can do anything to, I think of, World Vision, I think Compassion International, I think of Feed the Hungry, organizations like that are tackling or, addressing these major concerns. I would encourage people to pray about that, to think about that, and, potentially do that personally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that was, I know. Yeah, go ahead, because I'm gonna say something stupid.
That's all.
So,
you go ahead. I have nothing else to say.
This is how random this podcast is, and this is why you should watch every single week, because you never know what's going to be talked about at
this is true.
At this table, because we started this whole thing
with a reference
with our version of "Gentlemen, Start Your Engines,"
referencing Kevin James from how many years ago?
Yeah, which is let's start this podcast. Yeah. Now we're having a real serious,
actual conversation,
which is great. So,
actually, back to what Sydney was saying.
Yeah, keep it going.
Bring it back that way. Today in Sunday school, we were learning about Ecclesiastes. We've been going through that book, and in it, Solomon was talking about how no matter how much money you have, it still won't satisfy you. This life is still meaningless. And then we were talking about even if you're not we're all wealthy, even if you don't have a lot of money, even if you have $5, we're still all wealthy just to live in America, and just to he said everyone's wealthy because you have heat in your house, you have a bed, all that stuff, that's, we're just that wealthy. And I didn't think about that way, because I feel in the Bible, when it says wealthy, I think of money, but then he was saying it's not about it's not all about money. I mean, Solomon was the richest man in the land at that time, and so he was talking about money, but then he was also talking about possession stuff. But
we forget what's outside of just financial wealth. We forget we only equate that word to riches, financial riches, and yet there is so much more. Sorry, you already said every point, but just to reiterate, we are so blessed, and we take everything for granted.
Yeah, and people are like, "Oh, I'm gonna leave the U.S. and go to Canada." I was like, "Well, good luck there." They're not the best either. So yeah, it's crazy.
Definitely, we're very blessed. So, Pro America podcast. Sorry about it.
Not sorry about it.
No, not at all. Not one
also,
bit.
Speaking of USA and Canada, they played each other in hockey.
Yeah.
And Grant and I stayed up.
We watched
Thursday night up till about midnight because it went to overtime.
Yeah,
we didn't watch that.
We stayed up till 11?
Yeah, we stayed up for regulation, and then I was like, screw this. I was like, because I got to get up and work, and I've been working long days the previous week, so I was like, I'm going to bed. It was already 11, so I was like, yeah. And I saw we lost, and I was like, you've got to be freaking kidding me.
I stayed up to get my heart broken. USA Hockey is do or die. I don't care. USA Hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. You know what? We didn't want to win it this year. We want to win the gold next year. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we'll win the one that really matters.
That's right.
The
The
Olympic
gold,
gold.
medal. That's all that
Yeah.
matters. So that's what we'll win.
Take that, Trudeau.
Yeah, come out as Canada.
Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't say that, but
Do you guys want to play a game now?
51st state.
Well, I kind of wanted to,
Sorry.
since we were on like the topic of the famine and all that stuff, and just that, like, did you guys see what I texted in the chat yesterday?
I
did.
did. I was trying to think of a good way.
I don't
One of my
really-
terrible transitions over to this, and I couldn't think of anything.
Because I was kind of like, if we're already on the topic of like talking about the 30-hour famine and all that stuff, I was like, I might as well just kind of keep it rolling with this and then play the game if we play the game.
Yeah, we don't have to.
Or whatever.
We can just roll out the game in the ministry minute if you want to just make that what it is. How much? I don't know what you were gonna say about it.
Just go.
I was just gonna say something, and then
Send
however
it.
we discussed. It's
Okay.
not like the full. It's not
Do it.
for the ministry minute.
Do
but
it.
so well, I guess what
Oh.
2 weeks ago, whatever. Now we went to the Greenpoint worship night. I think they do one like almost like once every quarter. It seems like, or
Yeah.
more often, which we like going to them. And during it, they had this moment where they stopped and the worship pastor, I believe he's the worship pastor, Chris, he read some verses from Revelation, which when he said he was going to read from Revelation, I was kind of like in my head, I was like, okay, what the heck is he going to read from Revelation?
That's okay. It's
I was
kind
kind of like, what?
of half side note. That's how they start Passion. Is
Really?
that's what they read. At least that's what they did this year and like 2 years ago is what I remember. Was that last year? No, that was last year.
Yeah, I remember it.
I want you to
They
read the
read,
verses, but
Yeah.
it's a
they
very
read Revelation
powerful 4,
4
28.
for Agnes Dei.
I don't know that part. Sorry, read the verses.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
No, I'm gonna look.
Just listen to what it
I'm
is.
starting in. I guess I'll just read the whole thing. It's only 10,
What chapter?
12 verses. It's Revelations chapter 4. And
Yeah, I know.
so the section's titled, the whole thing's titled Worship in Heaven. Then as I looked, I saw a door standing open in heaven, and the same voice I had heard before spoke to me like a trumpet blast. The voice said, "Come up here, and I will show you what must happen after this." And instantly I was in the Spirit, and I saw a throne in heaven and someone sitting on it. The one sitting on the throne was as brilliant as gemstones, like jasper and carnelian, and the glow of an emerald circled his throne like a rainbow. 24 thrones surrounded him, and 24 elders sat on them. They were all clothed in white and had gold crowns on their heads. From the throne came flashes of lightning and the rumble of thunder, and in front of the throne were 7 torches with burning flames. This is the sevenfold Spirit of God. In front of the throne was a shiny sea of glass, sparkling like crystal. In the center and around the throne were 4 living beings, each covered with eyes, front and back. The first of these living beings was like a lion, the second was like an ox, the third had a human face, and the fourth was like an eagle in flight. Each of these living beings had 6 wings, and their wings were covered all over with eyes, inside and out. Day after day and night after night, they keep on saying, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty, the one who always was and who is still to come." Whenever the living beings give glory and honor and thanks to the one sitting on the throne, the one who lives forever and ever, the 24 elders fall down and worship the one sitting on the throne, the one who lives forever and ever. And they lay their crowns before the throne and say, "You are worthy, O Lord our God, to receive glory and honor and power. For you created all things, and they exist because you created what you pleased." This actually kind of does tie back to the famine. Kind of being... Because in a lot of churches in America, we have some type of worship band or something, good contemporary, there's at least a piano and an organ and a choir, at least at a church. And in other churches, you have a full-blown worship band, bass, guitar, drums. I mean, you're playing contemporary worship music. And then you go to other countries, they're just trying to meet privately. Like in countries that are heavily persecuted, they're just trying to meet quietly in a house somewhere to do a Bible study or at least have a church service, and they're not having a full-blown band. And it's kind of like here in the verse, all they were saying to worship was, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God, the Lord God, the Almighty, the one who always was, who is, and who is still to come." And the point Chris was making, though, which I was like, dang, that's a really good point because I've done that. The point he was making was this, he was like, us up here on the stage is not for you guys. It's not for us. We're, trying to create this space to help bring to everyone, to create a space to worship God. He's like, we come to church on Sundays, and he's like, it's not about, oh, they didn't play my favorite song or they played my favorite song. He's like, it shouldn't matter what song is played because it says here in the scripture what they were saying to worship. Yeah. And so that actually kind of funny that ties into us talking about the famine now, because like there's places in other countries, like I said, that are heavily persecuted, and they're not able to freely worship and play any music. They gotta be discreet with how they gather.
Yeah.
So it's just almost like another thing we take for granted here.
I'll be completely honest. I thought of that this morning. I mean, 4 of us were in the service, and I'm sitting there going, dang it. Like, this is not what I was hoping it was going to sound like. What if we went to a different church for a different worship, or, and then I was going to say something, and then I was silenced, and I was like, who am I to complain about the worship at this church? That's not fair to anybody whatsoever, because they're making a joyful noise to the Lord, not to me. And I can sing along, and I can join them and sing to God as well. I'm not going to sing to them. I'm not going to sing to the people beside me. But like, how selfish was it for me to think like I could have been somewhere else where I was singing a lot better songs? Like, that's so terrible. And I'm being completely transparent here on this platform, which is crazy to think about. But to all of you out there, it's not about, like Grant said, it's not about your favorite song or your favorite instruments or the way you're feeling by the music moving you. And yeah, I mean, sure, you could look into like psychology of how music affects our brain, but like, that's not the point. The point is, you're not singing it for yourself. It's not supposed to be affecting you. It's supposed to be affecting God. Good point.
Yeah, I also thought about that, because I know that we were talking about that a couple days before, and the fact that he like said that, I was like, whoa, like it just like kind of brought it back and be like, okay, like this is not about us. Like, it's not about like what our preferences are. Like, it's just about worshiping God. So that's definitely like something to always be aware of, like no matter where you're at. Like, you don't even have to have music. Like, after Chris said that, then we just
repeated that verse for at least probably about 5 minutes. He's like
with no instruments.
No instruments.
And so I think it's just like you can worship wherever, and it doesn't matter what it sounds like.
And he said, he's like, all right, so we're gonna try something here. And I mean, you could tell. I'm sure he was
awkward.
like, he was definitely nervous for how it could go. Which he had every right to be nervous, because what church does that? Like, he's like, what we're gonna do, he's like, we're gonna have this verse up on there with the holy, just that part. He's like, we're just gonna repeat this, no music, no nothing, we're just gonna repeat it. And we did it for probably about 5 minutes, and then they let it into a song. But he's like, this is either gonna go good or it's gonna be really bad and awkward. And it's just one of those things. It's like, I mean, in his position, just leading something like that, you don't know how the church is going to react, because the church does not do that, at all. It's, everything is with some type of instrument in every song. And that was definitely very powerful, though. I liked it. I liked it a lot, honestly, because it was a very, as I said, Cindy said, and Danessa said, it's who are we to complain about this song being played, or this is how the worship is going? Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good point.
That's good. That was good.
Dang, yeah. I love those verses. Whenever he said, sorry, did I cut you off?
No, if you're going to say something serious, say something.
Oh. What was I going to say?
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
You said you like the verses.
He's upstairs. Yeah. I love those verses. And like I said, they say them at Passion. And I think that they said them this year because of last year, but he read them in the middle of us singing Angus Day, however you say it, Day. Agnes Day. Die. The words of that, whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
DEI.
DEA. Day.
DEI.
Agnes Day.
It's DEI.
Did I say Angus?
DEI.
I think you said Angus.
Angus Day. Y'all know
Agnes
what I mean.
Day.
It means Lamb of
Agnes
God.
Day.
Okay.
Yeah, it means Lamb of God.
It means Lamb of God
Whatever.
in Latin. Yes, Danessa, thank you for.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was like, wait, how do I
Blew
say
you
it?
off.
Yeah.
Agnes Day.
Yeah. What is
Wow.
that?
That was Bert.
Someone let Bert inside. Anyways, last
who that would've
year
been.
at Passion, they it was a very powerful second day, last day of it, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
How we sang that song for 20 minutes and like just the Spirit took over and we sang the same verse over and over and over and over again, which just the Spirit was moving. You can't like I can't even explain it to anybody, but you had to be there. But yeah,
You
that's
really-
I will say real quick, that is one of the more moving video
absolutely.
For sure.
music videos, I guess you could say,
Yeah.
out there on YouTube. And you just look it up, Passion.
It's
Kristen
20 minutes
Stanfield.
long.
You
It's
can't
it's
take it
legitimately
all.
20 minutes.
It's-
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, 20
Okay,
minutes
this
and
past
19
year or
seconds.
last year?
Last year.
24?
Last year.
24.
24.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Spotify. It's 20 minutes long.
And
Yeah.
I will say, so again, back to Passion, I guess.
Revelation 1, though, is
Go-
what he's referring to in that. It's Revelation 1, like 19-ish.
For behold, I saw,
Yep.
and he was
Yeah.
like, yeah, hold
Yeah.
it. He read that whole part
Yep.
in there. So if you watch the video, we sang the song and it was led, and then it was Spirit led
Yep.
for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
15 7 to 10 minutes, and then it was he brought it back in by reading Revelation. I think it was that part, but it was also the beginning of Revelation. I don't know, it was all
Yeah.
of it. You gotta watch it. And then we went back into singing like worshiply, like led. We could talk about at some point like Spirit led worship versus
That's
worship
almost like
team.
structured.
Yeah,
in a
structure.
sense.
Because you say like I've heard people say like, "Oh, I don't like going to church because they don't let the Spirit move," and I'm like, to a point, you like church is not a production, but church has to be like time on a time schedule. Like it's not like we can like sure there's services that have gone on for 5, 6, 7 hours, even a week. Like the revivals, but that's not the point. The point is like they let the Spirit move, and if it stops moving, you go home. But also there's some churches that don't let it move at all, and they're like, we have 45 minutes and you guys get 45 minutes and you got to get out of here, and we're going to sing the songs the best of our abilities, we're going to practice all week, so we're singing great. Like that's really not the point. So I mean, we could talk about this later on, but yeah, this song, listen to it, like Damon said, watch the music video and all that kind of stuff.
Revelations 1:12, it's where it's going to start. I was thinking about Jesus' words, which is 119 area.
Oh yes,
So,
yes.
yeah, because it'll start out with, then I turned to see a voice speaking to me. I saw 7 golden lampstands. That's John writing about what he's seeing.
Yeah, that's what he said.
And then it comes in and it says, when I saw him, I fell to my face. And then he said, fear not, for I'm the first and the last, the living one. I died, and behold, I'm living again. I conquered death and Hades. And that's Jesus then talking to John.
How
So
he's saying he's alive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wild. It's
That
absolutely
experience, like, I feel like you can't recreate it.
I feel like you guys
Like-
could talk about Passion like every week if we really let you.
wild. We could.
Yeah.
And I will say, so I went again this year, and I was afraid that they were going to try to recreate it.
Yeah.
I was afraid that it was like, last year was so great, we're going to ride that high. And they did talk about last year being like the year, like for
That's
Passion,
awesome.
which was incredible. I mean, I think they had 55,000 people there. Compared to this year where they had to split it up into 2 because they couldn't get the same arena, so there couldn't be as many people, unfortunately. But next year it's in a bigger arena, so everyone can be together.
Dallas.
Yeah. They're going to
It's
Texas.
going to be at AT&T.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Okay, I was going to say that'd be.
I forget where it's
insane.
at.
The
It's in
baseball
a
stadium.
baseball stadium. Yeah.
The Rangers.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
They have a retractable roof. So
Well, yeah.
But it's also Texas.
if it's
I
bad
don't know if I'm
weather,
going. I
roof
don't
comes
Yeah.
up.
I think I am.
If it's not bad weather, that could be pretty cool at night, looking up in the stars and all that stuff.
I mean,
So when,
Although the light
when-
poison could get there, that's a
when
legit
we
thing.
went,
I don't know.
yeah, 2 years ago, they like opened up the
Mercedes-Benz?
Mercedes-Benz. That was so cool because they didn't do that the first year that I was there.
Yeah.
So that was so cool to see that
yeah.
when I think Louis Giglio
right.
was speaking about it.
But yeah, they
I
didn't.
think.
They did not try to recreate. There was like a time where they let the worship kind of go a little bit, and people would start repeating verses, and they end the song, but we keep singing, and they just let us. They don't like try to stop it or
No, yeah.
send a crescendo in to make it go bigger or slower or end it. But it dies off. Everyone kind of settles, and then they can carry on with the rest of what they had scheduled. But they do allow for
You
us
have
to go, which is really
You
incredible.
have to. So.
It's an experience.
Yeah.
If you are 18 to 25 years old next January, I highly recommend you try to go. Find a church, find a group, go by yourself. God doesn't need you to be with
Don't-
14 people.
Don't go by yourself. That's not safe.
Well,
At least go
the
with one
Lord
other
goes with
person. Go with one
yeah,
other
go at
person.
least with one other
At
person.
least.
But don't let it stop you. Don't let it stop you if you're going alone.
Well, if you're
Damon,
if you're
don't
no,
discourage that.
if you're a dude, you can probably go by yourself. That's
Okay,
fine. If
fair
you're
enough.
a female, 18 through 25, I probably would discourage you going by yourself. I'd say at least find someone else.
Good point. Or reach out to like groups. Like I feel like there's like
Reach out to
online
us.
things. Yeah, we'll go with you.
We'll go with
I'll
you.
go with you. Yeah, I'll be the only one young enough.
Yeah.
My last year.
Okay.
Yeah,
people
but
over 25
you know
Yeah.
people lie about their age.
Oh no, I mean,
know.
you know the
Which
group
is
I'm in.
ironic that it's a Christian thing and we're lying about. I just say, but
There's not really. It's not really a rule. It's just a guideline.
It's
They don't say you can't be here if you're older than 25. They
yeah,
just
Granny
say
in the squad
this
just
is
walking
for-
up. You know,
I mean, you saw the people I went with
in
this
the
year.
crowd. What?
You saw the people I went with this year.
No.
I went with the porch
Oh, there's some people in there. that
and the
probably aren't.
leaders that went.
They're
They went
not.
as leaders, so
Yes, that's
it was
different. They were
technical.
leaders.
Yeah.
Oh, leaders.
But yeah, they don't
Okay.
really check your age, so go. Anyways, okay, where are we at? I've been keeping a timer. We're at about 45 minutes.
Oh, you have been?
Yeah.
45 minutes
Okay.
of just us rambling. That's awesome.
Do we want to just go into the ministry minute now?
That's awesome. No, let's play.
A game.
I wanna
or
play the game.
Do you want to end it with a game and call that the ministry minute?
You know what? Okay, are we calling what we just did the ministry minute?
I'm
Because that
fine
was
with
the ministry
that.
like half hour.
We could.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
We'll end with the
Awesome.
game.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we'll go with the
okay.
game. So real quick, is your lighting good? Has your lighting been good today? Like
Yeah.
it's bad here, right? But if I'm back
Yeah.
here like I have been.
Just staying out of my light.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
So
Stay in your lane.
I-
Let her light
So-
shine.
okay, chill with the Bible references. All right, let's calm down.
Even though she's wearing black.
As she's
but-
getting the
Oh.
game ready, it was a discussion before that sometimes I intrude on her light and then she
Always.
doesn't look as good on
Most
the
of the
video.
Most
So
of it
I'm
is. He's
very
being mindful today.
very mindful and
Very demure.
yeah. There we
No,
go.
I hate that word.
Demure or demure.
Demure.
So
It's a. Do you know what I'm talking about? Probably not.
demure.
Yeah.
DEMUR.
Yeah.
Demure. Okay.
It's
yeah,
like
yeah,
a Gen Z.
It's a
like
meme.
a Gen Alpha saying.
yeah. No, I know. Boomer.
You are.
Definitely not.
Okay.
Here we go. Oh,
All
can I
right.
just say one other thing?
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Something else.
Okay.
No,
love if you
no
did.
men's and women's sports. Thank you.
Yep.
That's been on my mind from earlier today
well,
in
yeah.
the conversation. I never got
Let's
to say it.
go.
So, just wanted to say that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That was random, but it was from earlier. I just hadn't had
Okay.
a good chance to say it yet.
Where there's this one I want to do.
Then do it.
But it's not fair to Danessa.
Then do it.
So is it
You know what?
Is it a golf thing?
No, it's not.
Oh, that would really not be fair.
Okay, you know what? We're gonna do it anyways because I have faith in you. Not to win, but to at least survive for a while.
Wait.
Okay.
So, what are we playing?
It's categories.
So we're.
So I give the
it's not
topic,
It's
you
not the
give-
top 10. It's just.
No.
Okay. Sweet. Here we go.
We're gonna start with Danessa so she gets a leg up.
Okay.
And this can be a very
Broad.
no,
No.
not really. I'll just tell you. Okay, Danessa. Parts of a car.
Gosh.
Oh, Grant's gonna kill me.
Steering wheel.
Good job. No, yeah, yes, no, that's what I mean. It doesn't have to be internal. It can
I
be
was gonna say internal.
things.
I know nothing.
It can be parts
'cause- okay.
of the car.
Technically,
Take it
steering
for what
wheel
it.
is internal because it's inside the car.
Okay.
I meant
I
under
mean,
the hood
stop.
internal.
Oh, shit.
That is so. This is gonna be so dumb.
Okay, then go ahead. Make it worse.
I mean, I'll take the
Where's
the
your
sunroof then.
Nah.
I mean, this is so dumb. Let's go. We're gonna be here a while.
The doors.
Yeah.
Okay, doors are out.
Yeah.
Windows.
Okay.
Exactly. The brake pedal.
Okay.
Brake pedal.
Okay.
Okay. Gas pedal.
Okay. Pedals are off the table. No clutch.
like
no nothing like that.
The park drive.
Yeah,
Neutral.
gear shift.
Yeah.
Love the Prindle.
The park drive neutral.
Brindle.
Pure.
The brakes.
What does L mean?
Okay.
Pure NDL.
Low.
Low.
Low gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Low
Yeah.
gear.
When do you put your car in low gear?
Whatever
Going down a
you're
mountain.
Going down
yeah.
a mountain.
Oh, okay.
So you don't
Whenever
have to hit the brakes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it goes
Wait, what did Damon say?
Brakes.
Okay.
like the brake lines. Is that what
Okay.
you mean?
No, the physical brakes.
Oh, like the brake pads.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I
So
said
like
brake
that-
pedal, and
that
I'm
assembly.
taking all the kind of the brakes now. The brake pads.
Okay.
The brakes.
Brake
yeah.
pads, brake lines, brake.
Yeah.
Brakes are off
gone.
the table.
It's gone now.
Ah, dang it. Okay.
Brake assembly is gone.
Dash lights.
Okay.
Gas tank.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of the second word.
The trunk.
Okay.
Exhaust.
Okay.
The horn.
There you go.
Love.
4 ways.
Turn signal.
No,
Oh, good one.
Radio.
Yeah.
it counts. It counts. Glove box.
Okay.
Center console.
Windshield wipers.
There you go. Windshield wiper fluid.
Oh my gosh, I was gonna say that next.
Blanker fluid. Did we say wheels yet?
No.
We did not.
Okay. We're doing parts of a car.
I was gonna say,
this
I was
is gonna
gonna
be a
text
struggle.
What oil?
Oh, so
count?
Yeah.
so
oil.
the
Oil assembly.
so what I just heard, is that the our special guest is a him. Because you said
Everyone knows it's a him.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Yeah, everyone
Okay.
knows that
Oh my
Rashid is sitting in the
gosh.
audience.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure. Is it on me?
Yeah.
All right, radiator.
The radiator.
Radiator hose.
Okay, radiator assembly is gone.
Yeah.
Man.
Mine.
Yeah.
Engine.
Nice.
I'm saying the most obvious ones because that's all I know.
There's a really obvious
I
one
mean-
nobody said.
Can I say seats?
Yeah, that's the one I was
That's-
thinking of. Well, yeah, the chairs.
Seat belts.
Okay, seat assemblies are off the table now.
Drink holder.
Yeah, cup holder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The emergency brake.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's a totally different part
than the
of-
brake
Oh,
system.
but you just said brake assembly's done.
Yeah,
Anything
but-
brakes?
But that's a totally different part of the brake
E-brake
assembly.
is a separate assembly.
I literally did not say it because
Okay,
of
the e-brake
You
controversy.
should've
handle
asked.
then. The e-brake handle.
That's part of the assembly, but whatever.
Okay. Headlights.
Yeah.
Does the back LED light count as headlights?
No, that'd be the
The taillights?
taillights.
No,
Yeah.
like the back LED light.
What?
Like up on top?
Yeah,
That is the taillights.
that's
Yeah.
the tail light.
Yes.
Your taillight.
Then that.
Okay, taillights. Lights are off the table.
I'm just thinking all the things that are wrong
So
with my
all
car, and
external
I'm
lights.
saying it.
All lights are off the table.
External lights
So
are off the
I
table.
can't say the license plate light.
That's
Oh
tail
my
lights.
gosh.
All right.
It's on the back of the car, okay?
I gotta
You said lights are all off now.
Lights are off the table.
I gotta think here for a second now because I was messing with
In my
you guys.
head, there's this picture of a car, and I keep on deleting parts off of it as you guys say them. So there's just like
Wow.
a frame left.
So, well, I was gonna. Okay, I'm not gonna say frame now. I'll say
You'll
not
save that for
that's
later.
not the term for it.
I'll say battery.
Okay.
What's the correct word? Not terminals. I guess. Well, yeah, battery terminals.
I would take terminals.
Yeah,
Okay.
battery terminals.
Yeah.
Antifreeze
Yeah.
or antifreeze.
They're antifreeze, not anti. I was like, antifreeze, what?
Antifreeze.
Transmission.
Okay.
Transmission fluid.
Yeah.
License plate.
Yeah. License plate.
Axles.
Gotta have one. Okay.
Gotta have your axles.
Okay.
Lug nuts.
Okay. All nuts, all bolts are off the table.
Dang it.
The front left bolt, the back left, the bolt that holds the license plate on.
You know how we play too much now, don't you?
I know, and that's why I'm jumping the gun. Taking the whole assemblies off here.
The manual.
Oh, that counts.
I
That's
mean, yeah,
gotta
it's-
count.
It is. You have to legally have that.
That's gotta count. You said all lights are gone, right?
All lights are gone.
Shoot. 'cause
All
I
exterior lights are
just,
gone.
I just thought about high beams, but that's a light.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Actuator.
Okay.
Whatever that is.
It's the actual.
It actuates.
It's
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I really don't know what it is either.
No,
I just know
neither.
of it.
All type of emblems or whatever. Like, where it's like Ford and then
Decals?
it says, no, not decals. Decals are stickers. I'm talking
Okay.
emblems, like the physical, like you
Front
buy
and
the
back.
vehicle.
Got
Yeah,
it.
and it's like, it has like the model
Ew, why'd you think of Ford first?
because Ford's the best.
coming from the guy who drives a Volkswagen.
All right, Dennis.
Hey, poor financial decisions years ago made me get rid of my Ford.
Dennis, your turn.
That's fair.
I put
That's
something
fair.
in my car. What is it called?
That's fair.
What?
I put something in my car that it needs. Like engine lights.
But we said all lights.
Like internal, like on the dash?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I said
said
I saw
exterior
external
lights.
lights.
So your check engine light is what she's going with?
I said dash
Yeah.
lights.
She
though.
said dash.
Well, I
oh,
said dash
you did
lights
say dash
earlier.
lights. Sorry, he took that.
The time on the radio.
Okay.
The time on the radio light.
Okay. Dashboard accessories are now off the table.
I don't
know.
So I don't know what this is called.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I love how she whispered. You can still hear it.
Oh my! What is the name? Is
I thought of it. Never mind.
Jeez Louise. The name of this is eluding me right now. The thing that you would flip down for your, it has your little mirror, but you can also use it for sun. Oh my goodness! What?
Sun visor.
Thank you.
You're getting a little hot from the audience.
Thank you.
If you want to listen, sun visor.
Yeah, sun visor. Thank
Yeah.
you. I couldn't think about, for some reason, I
Sun
was drawing a blank.
visor.
This was not said. All your gauges, RPM, fuel gauge,
Ew.
temp gauge.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Coolant.
Nice.
That's what I had to put in my
A
car.
lot of them drip that, but shouldn't.
Yeah.
Damon, are
Me.
you cheating?
Did I say? I said actuator,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did.
alternator.
Yeah, alternator.
Starter.
Ooh.
No, I'm on Twitter or X. I was seeing what Elon's posting.
A key.
Yeah, about
The key.
Oh yes, the key, the ignition.
Yeah.
That's actually a good one.
Well, he could look up the parts that are in a Cybertruck
I
because that
know.
wouldn't get him anywhere.
Dang.
Well, I was saving the muffler for like the very end of my time.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go
Muffler.
muffler now. I think I might be screwed because I'm not thinking well right now.
Got your downpipe.
The vents in the car.
Yeah, AC, the AC unit.
Yeah.
That whole thing.
Or the heat.
The the HVAC unit
Yeah.
in there. Cool.
HVAC unit.
there's definitely an HVAC unit in the car. Can't prove me wrong.
It's a mini split.
The air that flows through it.
I mean, this is gonna sound so obvious, so maybe it doesn't count.
Say it.
The hood.
Yeah.
No, nobody said the hood.
Nobody said we were all
Take
talking
it.
about what's underneath the
Yeah.
hood, but
I told you.
Which
I've been saying stuff
another-
that's not underneath.
another
it.
obvious one that I don't know if was said, the your gas cap cover,
I said gas tank.
I think
Yeah.
Or is that part of the
I'll take.
tank?
I'll take it.
like the flap that
Oh
you have
my.
to open to then
you can
undo the
have
cap.
to replace it. I'm kind of thinking like
I just thought it
things
was-
that would need like replaced or things that are like separate parts. So okay, I'll take it.
Okay.
Okay.
Bumper.
Sure.
Yeah, nobody said bumper.
nobody said mirrors.
Nobody said mirrors.
Wow.
Mirrors.
That's what I was thinking about. How else
Windshield.
do I know I'm looking?
Did we say windshield?
Somebody said.
I said windshield.
Wipe.
Wiper.
She said windshield wipers,
you-
and I said windshield wiper fluid.
Did somebody
Windshield.
say? But did
never
somebody
got-
say windows, as in talking about the doors?
Someone said windows,
Yeah.
but windshield I guess is like
From the
separate because the
window.
windows don't or the windshield don't go up and down.
Not yet.
to the wall?
I mean, if you run out of things to say, you could just say tropical storm. Go back and listen to last week. Listen. Oh, that comes out tomorrow.
funny.
Dang it.
I said, yeah. Well, I'm so
funny.
confused.
No, we'll tell you after.
It's no.
We played
if,
this game last week.
If it comes out tomorrow, though, I'm not going to listen. Or I don't want to. Let me say it. Let me
Okay,
rephrase
okay.
that. I don't want you to tell me because I'm going to listen.
I'll just say.
As all of you, I hope you did. I hope you did listen.
Anyways, go on.
Okay.
Windshield.
If not, go back to last week's episode and see about this tropical storm thing.
Yeah, please.
The
It was her
thing-
fault. She didn't write anything down.
I
was set up.
told
I was
you.
set up.
I told you.
Yeah, Grant, we both told you.
But I was set up because she said, I'm
Don't
not going to
spoil
write
it for
anything down.
Damon. Don't spoil it for Damon.
Yeah,
That was
don't
Damon.
spoil it. for me.
Sorry.
This is going to be fun.
The thing where
Help
you
me
like
out,
turn your
Rasheed.
lights on and off,
Okay.
the light knob.
Yeah. Knobs. Switches.
Okay.
Switches. Things that are switching. Switches are off the table.
Spark plugs.
Pardon. Sure.
Glow plugs.
Sure.
Your
Now you're saying things I don't know. I'm just gonna take your word for it.
your registration
Okay. You need insurance to have a car.
and insurance. Yeah, your registration and insurance.
Sure.
That's not
Oh
a
my-
function of the car.
I'll
You
take
need it in your
Listen.
car.
Listen. It's
You
okay.
need it in the car, but it's
Okay.
not for the car to
I
function.
mean, at that
Then
point,
I'll
I'm going
say-
to say my driver's license because you
Yeah.
need the driver's license to drive
I
the
was just
car.
gonna say if Grant was gonna say that I was gonna say no, but since it's you, then I'll.
Because I think that might.
Oh.
We just learned about grace, okay, in church.
wow.
I think
So
that's my last
yeah,
one.
so yeah, learn about
Exercise
grace.
grace.
I wasn't going to get grace.
exercise grace.
No.
All right, driver's license. I'll take it this time. Go ahead, Grant. They're both floundering. You're gonna win this anyways, so just let them have it.
Probably.
I think Nessa's gonna win for some sneaky reason.
Running boards.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Ooh, the mat where you put your feet at. What's
Yes.
that called?
Yeah,
The
you're
floor
talking
mats.
The floor mats.
Floor mats.
and
Yeah.
weather mats are off the table. Sorry.
Get it from WeatherTech. Made in America. Best thing you'll ever get. Make
Hoo-ah.
it America. WeatherTech. Hey, WeatherTech, if you're looking for a sponsor, we'd love to be a sponsor. Just saying. No, we wouldn't.
We
We'd
would
love
like
for
to
you to
get
sponsor
sponsored.
us.
Yes.
We
yeah.
are
I
not
said
going to
that-
sponsor you.
You can sponsor us,
Said
and we'll
that
promote your
backwards.
product.
We want money.
Said that backwards. All right, so alternator, I said. Actuator, I said.
Oh my gosh.
I'm out. Unless I can pull some here in these last 5 seconds that I've
seconds.
got. 10 seconds.
Yep.
I'm just trying to think about what I would.
3,
Yeah, I'm out.
2, 1. Damon's out. All right, between you two.
Gooseneck hitch.
Okay. Okay, all hitches are off the table now.
Dang it.
But see, a hitch is an attachment. It's not.
Yeah, but it's part of a car.
Not the gooseneck hitch. The gooseneck hitch is more of a permanent installation.
You're right. You're
The
right.
spare tire.
Yay! Janessa!
Well,
Nice.
okay, so
It
we
counts.
say tires.
It's
Spare.
Spare
It's
tire
spare.
is in the car.
Do you know how to get to yours?
Yes.
Okay.
Because that's a long story.
Listen, whenever I popped the hole in my mom's van
What are
on
we
the
doing?
tire in there,
What are we doing?
I didn't know how to. I'm just telling a story. This is good. I didn't know how to get to it, but thank goodness I had guys in the car with me because they had to like take everything out of the center console and then get down in there and like
Oh.
twist something down in there so it would drop off the bottom of the car, and then they'd get under the car and pull it out, pull it out of like the container it was in, and then put the container back up underneath by like twisting it back up.
That's-
and, like into the
mine's
car.
easier than
And then
that.
they put they put the spare in the back of the car because we couldn't have made it all the way to Niagara and back on the on the donut. So we were like, if we need it, we'll just put it on. Anyways, I had no clue how to get to it, so I'm thankful they were there.
Yours is under your.
The van, it was under the it was like under the driver and the passenger seat, like
Yeah,
in
yeah.
there. But mine's in the back of
What?
the car. Mine's in the trunk.
Yeah, mine's
that's
in
where
my
mine
trunk.
is.
Yep.
Yeah, weird. It was a Dodge van, Dodge
My-
Caravan. Just
So this is
That
random.
explains everything.
My battery's actually in my trunk too.
oh really
Yeah.
weird.
Interesting.
Anyways, back to Grant. Wait, in your new car or in the Camaro?
Camaro.
Sorry, Grant, go.
I don't love the new car.
Would
I like it. Don't love it.
would tint count?
I'll take it.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I could have lasted if I knew these were answers.
You mean that film that comes on the car that you have to pull off? I'm working on getting somebody's off while every time I'm in there picking.
No, that does not come off.
Nice.
I'm kidding.
Jeez Louise.
Danessa.
Right out the door.
Boom. Roasted. Kick her out of Brown
I'm
House.
kidding. Okay, Danessa, I'm gonna give you a 10.
Does
here.
rear view mirror work?
I said mirrors.
We said mirrors.
Did you mean outside of mirrors? Just kidding.
Goodness.
He did say
doesn't
mirrors.
count. Yeah, mirrors are off.
The thing that you push up where you put your sunglasses in and you push it back up. Okay.
Sunglass holder.
Sunglass
That was
holder.
not said.
Got it.
I
I'll
thought
take
about
it.
that earlier and just like,
Whatever. I said one that nobody took.
Yeah, because we said we weren't going to take
We
it.
said we were going to take
Oh,
it.
I thought you meant you were gonna take it that time.
No, we weren't going
No.
to take frame. No.
Whatever.
Turbo.
Is that really? I mean, that's border. We're getting borderline now.
What do you mean borderline?
Do all cars have turbo?
No, that's
No,
an
but
attachment. It's
Not all
technically-
cars have a hitch either, so
That's true. That's true.
not all cars have a driver's license, so
Well, then technically-
Roasted.
sorry, Janessa, I'm gonna start countdown.
my car has a turbo, so
Nice.
One of those things that Grant wants to put in his car, like helps with the radio, something with the bass.
It's all about that bass.
I don't know what that's called.
I don't know if I'm
If that doesn't count,
that.
I'm out.
All right, you're out.
I forget what
Grant,
it's
bring us
called.
home. One more.
Piston.
Okay. Nice job.
Oh, man.
Dennis, I'm proud of you for hanging in that long.
Well, you
I
were
just
talking
thought of
about a
obvious
subwoofer.
thi- Yeah, subwoofer.
Oh, yes. I couldn't think of it
Would that
either.
have
To help you
Okay.
out. Yeah.
So engine.
I couldn't think of it either. Dang it.
Engine. We got transmission. We got battery, alternator, radiator, axle, brakes, muffler.
I got none of this.
We all got steering. Steering.
Steering wheel.
I said
power
catalytic
steering.
converter.
Cooling, heat.
I should have said service stability track.
HVAC.
Rear
That's on my
suspension.
car.
We did not get rear suspension.
Nobody said shocks or
No,
suspension.
no
No
shocks or
one said
suspension.
4-wheel drive.
No one said four-wheel drive.
Dang. You don't need that.
No one said that
Powertrain.
that pops up on my car.
That's you gotta
That's
get that checked
traction
out.
control.
Traction
You should get that
control.
checked out.
No, that's what she meant. She meant traction control.
Okay.
If it's making that
So-
noise, Vanessa,
No, it's
I know
not.
a guy.
It's not.
Are we playing another one or is that it?
No, I think that's it.
That's it?
That's all we got.
That's
We're
like a
at a
while.
little over an hour right now. So,
Oh, wow. I just
Wow.
took my mic out. That's awesome.
well, you want to say goodbye with that?
Yeah, I'll just say goodbye like this. It's out of its socket right now or whatever. But
Ooh.
All right. Well, that's all we got
it's
for
kind
you
of like
guys.
back to the old days when we had to hold them initially, right? A little.
I kind
Yeah.
of like that.
Back when you had that girlfriend with you.
Wow, he forgot about
That's
the girl.
funny.
How could you forget?
Hey, she's
I was
sitting
thinking
right
about-
over there.
I was thinking
Yeah,
about
she is
wow.
down here with us.
She's-
Let's
Yeah.
chill. Let's
Yeah.
chill.
All right. Well,
You had me thinking which one, but then I was like, oh, never mind.
Dang.
was it the? No, I won't go there. All right. Thank you guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.